That's better. Recording.
Right. I know Dave's trying to get on. Dave, with his wife's password Sue, and I don't know what's happening, but he'll get on sooner or later. So, we'll get cracking if we're all right. So we'll start off with the lovely John talking about Jenny's buns.
No, I refuse to talk about Jenny's buns. Not without a price being paid. Anyway, there's just one bit of news about one of the lads. Cyril is apparently feeling quite depressed and won't leave the house. So I'm going to make things worse for him. I'm going round tomorrow afternoon. That'll teach him. Yeah. But Anita, his wife, had a nasty fall. She fell over a garden ornament. I suspect it's that red and white gnome of yours, Keith. So she's badly bruised her face, her chest and her leg, but she's coming round. Well, she's not actually, because I've locked the door. But that's it. Everybody's fit and well.
Right. Ed and Stuart still okay? As they can be?
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, I did. Yes, Stuart, I did put a note out for him on the WhatsApp group, but Stuart is quite good at the moment, or as good as he can be under the circumstances. I talked to him yesterday, and he was quite cheerful. Stuart's always pretty cheerful. He was quite cheerful, and he's got blood tests next week, but at the moment he's on a sort of level playing field.
Yeah.
So he was okay, and Ed's fine.
And it's Glenn's birthday, isn't it?
75 today, Glenn.
Yeah.
Can you do
a piece of that, baby?
Yeah. Pardon? Just on the business of Anita falling in the garden, a friend of ours has also fallen in the garden.
They've fallen in the water.
Oh dear. That's what she said.
Dear.
Yeah.
You should see her now. All off, half of her face is black.
Show it again, Keith.
Sorry.
Yes. Oh, that's a bad one.
Police are still looking for her.
It's like David Bowie.
Yes, as regards Glenn's birthday, I had made some notes, but I'd not got the actual year. So, just to let you know, he shares his birthday with Edward the...
If you take 75 from 2020, you get 1945.
Yes, I know that, but I didn't know what year he was born at first.
1945.
Well, I do now. I didn't.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Have you got lockdown fever or what?
No, John. When Happy Birthday first went on the WhatsApp group, it didn't say what year he was born.
That's very true, but soon after it did.
I know. Anyway,
carry on. Stop procrastinating.
Yeah. So
you started it. You're having a go at him.
Yeah, because he's balmy. I gave him the information and he's not used it.
Oh, give us a song, why don't you?
No, you don't deserve one.
Last night, before I knew what year he was born, I put some notes together. Birthdays: Edward VIII, Alan Turing, Dennis Price, Len Hutton, Peter Knight, before you go to bed. Oh, joke, sorry. Remember,
out, Keith. Shall I edit that out?
He used to be the guy who hosted Come Dancing.
Oh, did he? Yeah. That must have been a long time ago. Peter Knight?
He was.
No, yes, Peter West.
Peter West.
Peter West.
Peter West. Westall did that. Anyway. Peter Knight was a band leader.
Tell you what,
Peter Knight was a what one?
Log on back again and we'll have another go at this.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Dave King.
Dave King.
Dave
Why
King.
does everybody call me Big?
Adam Faith.
What do you want? Finish the door.
What do you want? If you don't want gold, Say,
John's gone
want
to get changed.
give it to your home, you wish you want to my love. Come on.
Baby.
Thank you.
To the day job, Keith.
Can we bring John back?
No.
Sally Geeson, Colin Montgomery, Zinedine Zidane, and Patrick Vieira. And they're all the birthdays I could
It's a
find.
busy day.
It was a busy day.
Quite a selection, isn't it?
Yeah. In 1868, Christopher Scholes patented Scholes and Glydian typewriter, the first commercially successful of its kind. I thought he did.
I bet Tom Hanks has got one.
Yeah. 1894, the International Olympic Committee was founded by Baron Pierre de Coubertin. In 1960, the first contraceptive pill was made available for purchase in the United States. And in 2016 was one of the sorriest days in our recent history. Anybody?
Brexit?
Brexit.
Oh, controversial. I agree with you, Keith. I agree with you, but controversial.
So that's as much as I've got on Glenn's birthday to start off with. So
Thank you.
have you finished, John?
I finished a long time ago. Yeah.
I know. Dave? Yes, Dave.
It's just come up that Jonathan Woodgate's got sacked and Neil Warnock's taking his job.
No.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, Neil's at Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He'll never retire, Warnock.
Their finances will take a hit.
I thought he lived in the southwest, Neil Warnock.
He does.
That's a long way to go to plough his land.
Yeah.
Well, how's he got to travel up to
centre
Middlesbrough?
forwards.
And there are not many uglier places than Middlesbrough.
It was once
Edit an awful
the
lot of
worst
it.
place in Britain to live. Anyway. Let's
What are you eating, Keith?
That's very rude.
biscuits.
That's very rude, that.
It is.
I know it is. I'm sorry.
Spit it out.
Let's move on to Lowell's news of the week.
Right, I'll try
Hooray!
and cut it down a bit this week. Still a
Only
few
3
topics
hours.
to talk about. Horse racing to begin with. Now, Frankie Dettori, he landed a 150-1 treble to end Royal Ascot as the leading rider. It started with Campanelle at 92 in the Queen Mary Stakes. Alpine Star came next in the 92 in the Coronation Stakes, and the treble was completed when he rode Palace Pier at 4-1 to victory in the St James's Palace Stakes. Now, Dettori has now won every top-class race at Royal Ascot, as the Coronation Stakes had eluded him for 30 years. It saw the 49-year-old move on to 73 Royal Ascot winners, the same mark as the jockey who had already had the record for the number of winners. Anybody know who that jockey was, who got the previous?
You know Keith's shirts on.
73
Lester
winners.
Piggott.
Lester. No,
Lester Piggott.
no.
No.
Gordon Richardson.
Gordon Richards.
No.
Sandy Barclay.
No.
Joe Mercer.
No. PE initials.
Pat Eddiery.
That's
Paddy
correct.
Edrick.
Yeah, that's the one.
Well done.
There's a big shock when 150-1 outsider Nando Parado became the biggest prize winner in the history of Royal Ascot. So that would have been a good horse to have some money on. Anybody any comments on horse racing? Or
Did you watch any of it, Noel?
I just saw highlights on the news. That's all.
I
I
watched.
said it was about
I watched a couple of days. I thought the coverage.
Hello, Big Paul.
Brilliant.
Paul.
Sorry, I was just saying. I
Big
thought.
Paul's
The
just
coverage...
turned up.
Sorry, speak if you want to.
No, sorry, Ian, but you said sorry, and I just said Big Paul's turned up.
Right.
I'll shut up now.
So will I.
Carry on then.
Carry on.
Formula One. Now, Lewis Hamilton will have a faster car for the first race of the delayed Formula One season in Austria as a result of a number of upgraded engine parts. Mercedes technical director James Allison says they have been working on these developments in the first 3 months of this year. Any Formula One fans here?
No.
Yeah, I like Formula One. I like Formula One.
I'm 20 minutes from it now, Silverstone.
Yep.
Looking forward to it.
Good. Well, we'll on to cricket, a little bit on cricket.
Yeah.
A former England all-rounder, 35 years old, Tim Bresnan, has left his home county, Yorkshire, after 19 years with immediate effect. This is so he can pursue playing opportunities elsewhere. Now, Bresnan was part of Yorkshire's back-to-back championship title-winning team in 2014 and 15. He also played in the two Ashes series victories over over Australia, and was in the team that won the World T20 title in 2010. You think he'll be big loss to Yorkshire, or you think he was on his way out?
No,
It will be a big loss. It will be a big loss because there's nobody that's more got Yorkshire ingrained in him than Tim Bresnan. But it was right for him to go so that our youngsters can come through and play some cricket, especially Matthew Fisher.
Any whispers as to where he might be going?
Not at the moment, no. We think it could be either Durham or Derbyshire.
Okay.
Seems a strange time to be
I
moving.
don't
to
think he would have.
Opportunities. There's no.
I don't think it would have got. It would have gone this season if we hadn't have had coronavirus.
Correct.
It might have gone at the end of the season.
Correct.
Yeah. But he was a good all-rounder anyway, wasn't he?
He certainly
Yeah.
was.
Okay.
He
Well,
gives his
you
all
come
for Yorkshire.
Pardon?
He gives his all for Yorkshire.
Yes, he did. Nice man.
Right, shall we nip on to golf? Now, the PGA Tour continued with the RBC Heritage Tournament in South Carolina and was won by Webb Simpson in a tournament record 22 under par. Englishman Tyrrell Hatton, who was joint leader going into the last round, finished third, 2 shots behind the winner. Abraham Answer on 21 under at the Hilton Head course came second. But the tournament will be remembered for a comical moment in the third round match between Rory McIlroy and Bubba Watson. It happened on the par 3, 17th hole in a greenside bunker. Does anybody know what that was? Do you know what happened?
Yeah, the crab crawled under his ball.
That's
And
correct.
I don't want a yellow card for that.
What crawled under his ball?
Crab.
If you Google
You had to get the
Bubba Watson
rules,
crab shots.
the rules umpire to decide.
Yep.
I don't know what the results were. What did they say? Did they say he could move the ball?
Well,
or he
I'll
had
tell
to
you,
wait for
I've
the
got a little
crab?
bit more. I've got a little bit more to that. Watson had to call a rules official after a crab crawled under his ball in the bunker. Just as PGA rules official Slugger White arrived on the scene, the crustacean decided to avoid any further issues. He crawled away and flipped onto its back in the sand nearby. Now, as I say, if you Google Bubba Watson crab shot, there's various videos on it that will show it when it was shown live on television with the commentary heard by the people reporting on it, plus banter between McIlroy and Watson. I've never known anything like it before.
Due for a song, John.
No, it's in.
Yeah.
They might have had crab Sam wedges for lunch, I don't know. Forget about it.
You're thinking about the push me pull you, aren't you, Ian?
No, I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Yeah. Richard Attenborough.
We're up onto tennis. Now, the US Open at Flushing Meadows will go ahead behind closed doors from the 31st of August to the 13th of September. There will be no qualifying matches or mixed doubles under plans by the Governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo. Now, Djokovic, Nadal and Simona Halep have all voiced concerns about the tournament going ahead due to the New York recording hundreds of COVID-19 cases every day. Any thoughts on that? Should it go ahead?
I thought it was being suspended because of the Djokovic competition that was criticised in the press because of the parties they'd had and cocktail snooker.
But two of the players got COVID, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right. Watch that space.
So that might be later than what I've got. All right.
I thought you were Sky News, lol. Thought you were man in Sky.
Give you a chance as well. Now, snooker, the death was announced last week by World Snooker of 66-year-old former snooker star Willie Thorne. Now, I've prepared a profile of his life and career that I'd like to read out to you later on, if Keith lets me. It is an eye-opener for those who don't know much about him. Now, Stephen Maguire, he says he played his best ever snooker in beating Neil Robertson 9-5 to reach the semi-finals of the Tour Championship. The Scot hit 6 centuries in the match, including 4 in a row from being 5-4 down as he won the match over the Australian at Milton Keynes. Did anybody watch that?
I watched some of it.
Any good?
Very good. He played super. It's the best I've ever seen him play.
Yeah. He said he was the best.
No.
Right then. Yes.
No. When you're speaking, can you make your lips sync with your voice? At the moment, I'm getting your lips, and then I get your voice.
Okay, now the topic we've all been waiting for: football.
Been set up yet. To get started, download.
Who's reading the news now?
Sorry about
Put John on.
Getting a manager to interrupt.
Bayern Munich, they clinched the Bundesliga title with 2 games to spare last Tuesday. Robert Lewandowski scoring the winner against Werder Bremen to win the match. Now we'll come to home. Sheffield United open the restart of the Premiership with a controversial 0-0 draw at Aston Villa. Hawkeye, VAR, whatever you want to call it, with 7 camera angles, malfunctioned when goalkeeper Nyland clearly carried the ball over the line from Ollie Norwood's free kick in the 42nd minute, but it didn't register a goal. It's the first time in over 9,000 games an error has occurred. Trusted to be United. Any comments on that?
Well, as a Wednesday, all I can say is I was disgusted. I've never seen anything like it. Here you go again, Ian, have a song. It was a ridiculous decision. How come the telly could get 2 good camera angles on it and prove that it had gone behind the line, but okay, couldn't?
What were they doing at What were they doing at Stockley Park, John? Why didn't they say, "Oh, you made a mistake here"?
Yeah, I don't know. Really don't know. It's not always the technology. It's often the people who are operating it and make the decisions. It was a terrible decision.
Well, I mean,
we were making a cup of tea.
The position in Europe is at stake here. I think they really should retrospectively review it. You know.
Well, Sam Allardyce, the old manager, he said that Villa should have let United walk a goal in after that. Yeah. A fair footing game. If you remember,
Leeds, yeah.
Yeah, they forgot
did it with the Leeds match.
Then you do that and you get fined. That's great. Yeah, that's the way our football works.
No, it was for once, mate, my heart really went out to United. Actually, it was appalling, absolutely appalling.
But over this season, I think no team suffered more from VAR than United throughout the season.
Also, what happens if Aston Villa stay up by 1 point?
Yeah.
We miss out on Europe by 2.
Yeah,
but you'll be happy if it sends West Ham down, won't you?
Well, that's all right.
Well said, John.
We'll have to do an awful lot of editing on this recording.
There's not much chance of Villa staying up anyway.
Yeah, Doug, you wanted to say something.
Yeah. On that United disallowed goal, why didn't linesman pick it up? It was so far behind line, he should have put his flag up.
Yep.
He's scared at VAR.
Not the protocol.
They all relied on the watch.
Yeah.
For me, the biggest error was the guy at Stockley Park.
Yeah.
That's his only job,
Yeah.
is to controversial moments. He should have been reviewing that. He should be sacked.
Yep.
What you've
He
seen,
made a massive.
what you've
He
seen,
made a massive error. Hang on, Ian. The same guy made another massive error in another United match as well. So
The same
he's
guy.
probably- Yes, Ian.
sorry, I was just saying, just technically, what you see is the difference between management and leadership there. Management, they're trying to do things right instead of doing the right things. They didn't, not one of them had the nous to say, oi, we've got this wrong. I'm making a decision. It's a goal, you know, and that's all it required. But they're so frightened of the rules and regulations. It's going down the wrong route, in my view. Somebody needs to take a grip of the rules of football.
Yeah, Dave.
It's like the old Jobsworth, isn't it? It's not my job to do this bit or do that. It's really absolutely ridiculous.
All the time.
What would have happened if the goalkeeper he sort of went behind the line? What would have happened if he'd have fallen all the way and he was a yard over? I mean, the watch still wouldn't go off. Would the referee have said, "The watch has not gone"? Then
Well, the referee would have helped him up and dust his knees.
Yeah. But do you remember the referee that we had at the meeting, Brian Coddington?
Yeah.
He had a controversial goal that he disallowed because it was a bounce up and it was meant to be just kicked back to the opponents, and the guy launched it and it went straight into the top corner. And he just said, "Oh, I missed, there was something wrong." And he disallowed the goal, quite rightly. But what happened the day after, the FA bosses called him in and said, "What are you doing?" Common sense.
It could happen to any team. That's the problem. The protocols are all wrong. So whoever you support, it could happen to you next.
Exactly.
So
And
much.
this is
at
why
stake.
I'm not happy that football's back, because it depresses me. The modern game depresses me. No, it does. Being a Wednesdayite, it's depressing enough for the moment. Football depresses me. There's so much wrong with it.
I'm with you. I'm with you, John. I actually been watching some of the. I mean, the derby match between Liverpool and Everton the other night. I had to switch it off. It was awful.
Dreadful game.
Dreadful game.
Dreadful game.
It was.
Steve.
I'd like to know how our two television stars are feeling after their 10 seconds of fame on the Sheffield United match on Wednesday. Yourself and Chris.
Well,
because it only showed one, the fan wall once for each side, which I thought was bad. It should have showed them at every notable incident.
I don't know about Chris, but I've had to turn people away at the door.
Have you?
No, they're debt collectors, Keith.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
They're just collecting money off you.
Dave. Dave.
Yeah, going back to what John was saying about ridiculous. I mean, the situation when you lost that goal at Cardiff, where the centre half was behind the wall, jumping up and down. I mean,
all that needed were common sense. It was clearly wrong, and all it needed were common sense.
I mean, if it was done again, surely it would have been disallowed. But
yeah, I would have thought so.
It's it's balmy. Balmy.
Ian,
I watched you on television, Keith, and I've got to say the whole mosaic of you all on the fan wall, it's depressing. You look.
Have you had it printed off and framed, Ian?
I did want to take a photograph, but I couldn't hold the camera steady enough because it was worrying me.
So you were laughing.
Here's my impersonation of myself when they disallowed that goal.
That's it. That's the face. I recognise that.
Hold that position. Hold it.
Now, Keith, I want you to impersonate what you did.
No, what I'm going to show you is a picture of one of the others that was on it. Her name is Claire. And hang on. Coming up. Claire is the...
Yep. Can't see it, Keith.
That's it.
Yeah.
So,
You got a mouth open.
So one of her friends said, "You look like a sex doll."
Don't go down that route, Keith. Don't go.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying.
We're recording.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Just a final comment. Does anybody else thought that when you saw the matches with the cardboard cutouts, think it was just like a game of Guess Who?
Yeah.
Where you have to. It was just like that. And why was Cilla Black and Jeff Stelling on the playoff one last night? Do you know? No?
Cilla Black.
No.
Cilla Black, yeah, picture of Cilla Black, Jeff Stelling, and there's somebody else, an actor. I can't remember who it was now.
Could only be money.
Pardon?
Could only be money. You know, you get charged for one of those. So somebody's paid money and therefore they don't care.
Yeah.
Can I just make a quick comment? Sorry.
Yeah. Go on, John.
About iFollow. I tried to iFollow Wednesday and Forest on Saturday and it would not let me in. I know Mick the Bulgarian quiz, he got in after 20 minutes. My daughter was let in after 33 minutes. I wasn't let in at all. Even when I passed all the tests, registered and everything, they didn't recognise me. And they
you have your temperature taken, John?
I was fuming. That was 2 hours of ranting at my laptop. And so I finally finished up watching the game. I did a video call with my daughter. My daughter pointed her phone at her laptop, and that's how I watched the game. Horrible experience, horrible.
Well, when I watched United playing Villa, there was a storm going on at our house, and it lost pictures for about 10 minutes. It came back at half time, and it was 0-0. I thought, oh well, we've got to half time at 0-0. And then they started talking about what had just happened. I couldn't really, so I missed the controversial bit and no idea what had happened. So a mate of mine messaged me and said, "What do you think to that?" I said, "Wow, has something happened?" Dear me. Awful.
Right.
John, you can get help. There is, in the NHS, there are people who will counsel those suffering from PTSD. So, you know, after that experience...
I need it, but I'll need it every week of this season.
I know, it's appalling.
Yeah.
Right, Lol. Let's
Just
get
carry
back
on.
to Lol.
Just a little bit more. Newcastle had a fairly convincing 3-0 win in the end, but unfortunately that was after John Egan got himself sent off. Before that, the honours were fairly even. But,
ridiculous booking. A ridiculous booking in the first instance.
It was.
Yeah.
But I've got to admit, as I've been very nice to United so far, but I really love that attempt at a clearance. Led to the goal. I've never seen anything. I've not even seen Wednesday players do that.
But United were giving the ball away umpteen times. Wayward passing when they weren't even under pressure.
Yeah, Sharp should have got that header as well.
Definitely.
Social distancing.
Chris, when I watched the second half, I thought I was watching a rerun of something from 2015. It was that bad from United.
You're right, Chris.
You've got to forgive them an occasional off day, but that was seriously bad.
It was.
They need to really dig in again now.
They were definitely missing O'Connell down that left.
Oof.
They do. Definitely do.
I know Jack Robinson's fairly solid, but he doesn't do that job that O'Connell does.
Chris,
Yes.
I think they're all suffering. Judging, I mean, apart from Chelsea that made a comeback, they're all suffering. It's so artificial, this environment they're playing in.
It
I
is.
don't think they're mentally attuned to it.
No,
Fit,
it's a different
not
game.
mentally fit, and I think they're making lapses of concentration and all the rest of it. It's not the football we come to expect. The poor substitution. Sorry, but that's the way I feel about it.
Yeah, carry on, Mo.
Well, Wednesday, they got a deserved draw and perhaps should have won the match against Forest. After Forest took the lead, Wednesday hit the post before Connor Wickham scored a late header to force a 1-1 draw.
Yeah. Arguably, their goal was offside.
Huh?
I said arguably their goal was offside.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Now, I don't know if anybody watched the Quest EFL with that Irish guy.
Colin Murray.
That's right. There's a young lad played for Derby and he got a hat-trick in only his second game. 18-year-old Louis Sibley. And he scored 3 for Derby away to Millwall in a 3-2 win.
He's on loan.
That name, Louis Sibley. Anybody else see him score those 3 goals?
Tony, who's he on loan from?
He's on loan from now then. I forgot who he's on. He's definitely on loan. It said, but I can't remember who.
Oh, it's not come through their juniors then?
No.
Right. Okay. Any else?
Right. And finally, away from sport, a shoplifter caught stealing a large pack of toilet rolls at Crystal Peaks. It was asked by the judge, do you plead quilty or not quilty?
Oh.
Can we have a
Anyway,
yellow card for that?
that is the news.
The bad one, that.
If I didn't get, I'd probably get a red card, but that joke was shocking.
You're as good as your singing, Keith.
Yeah. Yes, Ron.
Can I just mention that Sibley he's not on loan. He's come through the team.
Oh, I'm sure I heard him say you're on loan. I'd check that again.
I've just checked up. He's come through the youth
Is
team.
it?
Yeah, he looks some future
right.
player.
Yeah.
Right. So we've got 3 minutes. We've got 3 minutes left. We've got 3 minutes left. So, anybody got any news that they want to share with us?
It's moved.
I've got a quiz question.
Go on then, John.
This is for Paul the Biscuit, but any of you can answer. Which was the first Olympic Games at which the torch was carried from Athens to the host city?
Greece.
No, because it'd be taking it to its own home, wouldn't it?
Yeah, what was it?
90, was it Antwerp? 1920?
No.
Was it 48?
No.
Paris, 1900?
No.
England?
No.
Berlin?
Yes, Berlin, 1936. The idea of Joseph Goebbels.
Is he doing in maths?
Yeah.
It was a PR
propaganda.
stunt.
Yeah.
PR stunt by the Nazis.
Who composed the music for the Berlin Olympics? A famous German composer. Well,
Wagner.
German.
Irving Berlin.
Irving Berlin, that'd be a good one. Richard Strauss.
Right.
Yeah. And what was the title of the official Olympic film? The Berlin film.
Oh.
Berlin Olympics.
In English,
possibly not the one you're thinking of.
Is that the one that woman made?
Yes, it is.
That woman made this one, but I think you might be thinking of the other one she made. But yeah, it's that woman her name is Ron.
Her name's Ron.
Her name's
Rosenthal, isn't it?
Lenny Riefenstahl. Right. Yeah, and the title of the official Olympic film was Olympiad.
No, it's all right. Sorry.
Olympiad, and the fella they'd got taking the torch up to light the flame wasn't good enough to get in the Olympic squad, but he was the best looking German. And that's how he got the job. He was the one who looked typically pure Aryan, so that's how he got the job.
Jesse Owens soon sorted that out.
Not off, yeah, not
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Tall and blonde, was he?
Yeah, a bit like
Have
Keith.
you spoke to Christine?
It was
Bit
Keith.
like myself.
Yeah,
It was
no,
Keith.
I've done Keith.
All right, sorry.
So we're less than a minute. So shall we wrap this one up and then we'll start the next one with Chris talking about his dad? Is that okay?
Yeah, right.
How long, Keith?
Oh,
yeah.
5 minutes? 10 minutes?
2 minutes.
2 minutes?
2 minutes.
Not time to make a cup of coffee.
Make
All
it
right,
five.
go on.
Make it
Make
five.
it 5
so
minutes.
it is 5:15.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.